Hey Gary, since it's been a while since we've done any social drinking stuff, we went a long time without doing any videos, so I figured we might as well just do like a shit ton of responses, quick, rapid fire stuff. Tonight I've got more wine. It's a Sauvignon Blanc. It's good. It's from New Zealand. I don't know. I like whites. I'm trying to get into reds more, but I still just haven't. And I ordered some reds with that coupon I told you about last time, but I haven't cracked into them yet because I'm nervous that I won't like them, because I had a really bad Merlot early in life and that just ruined it forever, I guess. I don't know. And I'm holding the phone sideways because I thought I'd appease you, even though, you know, I went to school to make movies. I was just trying to be hip and trendy and down and with it, like the kids these days and the Snapchat and the such and things. But okay, we'll do sideways phone. So yeah, talking about stuff. I get what you're saying about the gun control thing. Like, I get kind of tired of the long-term view of fixing problems with American society, because we've been trying to fix things from the origination of this country, and it still hasn't really worked. Like, if you look at the gun violence and Black Lives Matter protests, like, there's a direct line that you can make from, I don't know, slavery. Like, slow and steady hasn't really accomplished much. Up, up, up.
Yeah.
Oh, it's somebody's bedtime. Oh, hi. So we're gonna talk politics now with the kid. Who are you gonna vote for?
I'm going bye-bye.
You're going bye-bye? She's tired. It's past her. Well, no, it is her bedtime. She was up all day running around. We went to an amusement park thing in town. We went to a playground. We went on a bike ride. We did a lot of stuff because it's the weekend and that's what you're supposed to do. And watched some movies, and she didn't take a nap, so she's going to go to bed soon, which will be fun. But yeah, I guess I should clarify my stance on my protest vote for Hillary. I know what you're talking about with Brexit. I think the polling and our ability to forecast things on this election cycle is much different than what it was in Britain. The difference really is that Britain was like, the polls were all over the place. There was incredible uncertainty. And in that regard, I would vote for Hillary. Like I said, if it's going to be close, I'm not going to risk it. But then again, at the same time, it has to be close in my state and close overall before it actually matters. So if Wisconsin is going to be a blowout for Hillary, but it's a close race otherwise, it doesn't actually matter if I vote for her or not. If the state goes blue, you know, whatever. So there's that. But yeah, I'm going to play it conservatively. I'm using a lot of data and not just like, oh, what is MSNBC saying tonight about the election? I follow 538, the website, pretty closely. They do a ton of good data analytical reporting. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on that. But it does open up another interesting thing. I actually like debating the Electoral College. I think... What do you need? You need that cup? She needs her smiley face hearts cup. But yeah, I think the Electoral College is an interesting system to debate because on one hand, like, yeah, it's disenfranchising versus like a popular vote, or I'm sorry, I have to keep pushing my glasses up because I'm holding her. But the other argument for the Electoral College is that it prevents some states from not mattering at all and not having any say in anything, because there's a ton of flyover states. Like, if it was popular vote, it would be like the election was in California, Texas, and New York, and nowhere else. That's where the policy would be focused. That's where the campaign would be focused. That's where the candidates would be focused. And that would be a problem for, you know, people who grow corn in Iowa or raise cows in Wisconsin. So there's that. I think there's other reasons as well why I think you could kind of defend the Electoral College. I like some of the ideas about, like, down ballot voting for preference rather than winners, but I don't know how that would really work in a two-party system that we've got. I think a better idea that would be interesting would be to talk about like the California primary model for a general, wherein the top 2 polling people, regardless of party, are in the general. And like this year in the Senate in California, there are 2 Democrats running in the general election. There are no Republicans running in California's Senate race this year because the Republican field was too massive and they couldn't crack top 2. You want a stamp? Mm-hmm. She wants to stamp her own hand. She likes to get back into the nightclubs. She has to go. And, yeah, so... Oh, no, she's going to go watch her mic. You want a bunny movie again? Yeah. We're watching the short film that preceded WALL-E now. The bunny one. So we've watched it like 6 times in a row at this point, which is great. But yeah, so I'll wrap it up. But I think there's a lot of interesting things, as always, to discuss. Like I said, like it's not that I won't vote for Hillary. It's that I'm waiting to see. And if the race does tighten up significantly, if it gets really close, and it's close in Wisconsin, I'll vote for her. And yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, she's a moderate Republican, basically, as far as I can see, and as far as, like, the general political spectrum, not including the U.S., like, the corporate Democrats are basically Tories in the U.K. They're David Cameron's party, who is dissolving and fracturing over Brexit because he called the vote when he didn't want it to pass. But yeah, so, I mean, like, our political spectrum is all kinds of fucked up, and that's part of why I'm thinking about the protest vote. And really, at this point, it's just thinking about it. It's not that I'm committed to doing it, because I want there to be a real left-right dynamic in the two-party system. Okay. Because right now what we've got is a moderate corporate party and a corporate party with fringe social elements. And that's the selection. And that's a crappy selection. So that's my thought process. Like I said, I'm not committed really at this point at all. You can kind of consider me an undecided voter, but there's no part of that decision in which I would vote for Trump. So you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's just a question of if I protest or not. And I'm kind of also, yeah. You need water in there? Yeah. Okay. I'm also trying to kind of suss out the point of a protest at the same time, because the argument I always make to the Bernie or Busters that I dealt with online before I cut myself off from those communities, because holy crap, they started getting crazy with like Trump trolls, basically. That's good. Is that if Hillary wins, and if, 10 million progressives... Huh? What do you need? Okay. And if 10 million progressives sit out and, write in or write Jill Stein or whatever from the Democratic Party more than usual, and Hillary wins, which is really the result that they would want in the end, even if they don't want to be a part of it, all that's going to teach her is that she doesn't need progressives to win elections. And then their ability to pressure her going forward on policy positions is gone, because when she supports, Supreme Court justices who don't care about Citizens United or climate change or whatever else that's important to liberals, they're going to complain, they're going to protest, and Hillary's going to say, fuck you, what do you matter? I didn't need you to win. So that's kind of the problem, is even if I protest it, I know it doesn't mean anything, because if a bunch of people protest and she wins, all she learns from that protest is that she never needed them in the first place. And while that's likely only true because Trump is like the worst candidate possible to have been nominated by another party, it still is going to be the predominant lesson, because Democrats, let's be honest, are kind of dumb about electoral politics. I don't think that's controversial to say. There's a lot of stupid shit that Democrats do, like letting the 2010 wave happen right at the census. Yeah? Okay. So yeah, I'm going to cut it off there, because I got to put the kid to bed pretty soon. and she's going to be getting fussy here. You need some water? You just poured... She poured water into her cup from the fridge, because she can do that, because she's 2.5, and, you know, I need to get her a job soon. But then she poured it out into the sink and says, I need more, because that's parenting. Enjoy when you get around to it.